All right, what's going on, everybody? I'm Blitz5, and I got some exciting and interesting PUBG information for you guys today. Can't wait for y'all to hear this. Really interesting, in my opinion, and a potential preview on what's to come into the game in the next big update. But of course, this is a bit of speculation. This is not confirmed 100%, but I had to put this out there because I really feel like if you add all this stuff up, follow kind of the bread trail, that this kind of makes sense. So let's get into it. And this leak and information is actually coming from PUBG themselves, but in their lore, the story lore, the game lore that is included on the website. So if you're not familiar with this, PUBG has actually been adding lore, a story to the game since the remastered version of Erangel V2. When they redid that, they came out with some information, and they've been slowly ramping this up with Karakin, the remaster of Sanhok. They did the Sanhok 4. You may remember that if you play PUBG. They were included in the battle pass. They were characters. They have all their own weapons. There was even some lore with Paramo and stuff that was going on there. But then it didn't really all add up, and then it kind of ended, at least I thought at that point. I've been wondering, where has the lore gone? Well, it turns out that PUBG has been continuing the lore on their website with a ton of different articles, passages, stories, all this stuff. There's actually so many things that it's hard to keep up with. So I'm not going to be going over it in this video. Some of the things I've read now are so old that I don't even remember them and remember all the characters. But where I'm getting the information today is from a relatively new article, and this is called The Ghosts of Miramar. My uncle was a champion death racer. And this is kind of a backstory, an additional lore to the death race. In this story, there is a guy, who his uncle was in the death race, and he finds out about it. He wants to find out more information and actually attends a death race that is happening on Miramar. And if you're not familiar, there is a death race course on the map of Miramar. It wasn't included originally on the map, but then PUBG eventually did a small update to Miramar, put in this death race, which you'll see if you drive around the map. I actually went around the whole map on YouTube. I drove the whole entire course, which I thought was a great addition to the game and provided a little bit of lore to what's going on in this region of the world and on the battlegrounds. But really, we haven't heard anything since then. Fast forward to 2021. It has been confirmed that PUBG is working on a remastered version of Miramar. This was confirmed on a call that PUBG had with the PUBG partners. I was fortunate enough to be on that call. And then also on that call, there was talk that they would be potentially adding in more vehicles. People were asking for that. They seemed open to it. I feel like more vehicles, the merrier. It doesn't really ruin gameplay and just adds more fun and more variation, more options. So in this article, there's a lot of talk about the death race, things that are attached to the cars, like Mad Max style, guns and flamethrowers being attached to vehicles, new vehicles all over the place, and some potential things that we might see in this new version. So you guys got to check this out. I'll definitely be linking all this stuff so you guys can check out the articles for yourself. There's actually 2 associated articles with this, and we're going to go through kind of the important, most exciting things here. So first and foremost, we have this picture of kind of a grouping or like a meeting, maybe before or after the race on Miramar. We can see some muscle cars here in the front. In the back, there's like a souped up old school Volkswagen Beetle. There's also a van, kind of like the bang bus that we so famously see on Miramar, the blue van. And then as we scroll down, there's actually talk about a hearse that is being driven by 2 veiled women dressed in long black lace. They're spring loading a harpoon onto their hearse that they are driving. There's also a souped up Toyota and mini monster truck that is mentioned to be at the race. And then here they also talk about a Pontiac Firebird that is being driven by someone dressed in full samurai armor, and that they unsheath a katana and place that in the passenger seat of the car. And if you guys remember, PUBG recently added in a character, sort of samurai style character with a katana as a new outfit skin that you could buy microtransaction in the game in the past 6 months that was added in. So this is all kind of adding up, right? That there would be this character, maybe katana style. They mentioned a guy wearing a lime green Speedo. I thought they were going to say a lime green tracksuit. So this is starting to sound like the battlegrounds we know, sort of Mad Max meets WrestleMania, which they kind of mention in this article. So first, we're seeing some cars here that are brand named Pontiac, Toyota. They even mentioned a car that is a Ford. So I don't know if this is even happening, but if it is happening, will PUBG be putting in brand name cars, or are they going to be replicating these and just modeling the cars after it? We'll see. But I also have a list of some other cars that are mentioned in the article, so you guys can just get an idea of what's going on. So we also have another Mad Max car that has a minigun on the side that was talked about. There's a Lancia Stratos being driven by one of the contestants or the drivers, which is kind of like a small old school sports car. Then there's also a Dodge Viper. I think they might have mentioned there was flamethrowers in the Dodge Viper, or maybe attacking the Dodge Viper. And then there was also a GT Ford Falcon being driven, which is an old school muscle car. So again, if this is the case, in any case, if this is added into the game, whether it's something that happens as an event in the game, as a separate game mode, I think people would really, really enjoy this. It could be, a really exciting part to the match, or bring a lot of just craziness and excitement. People love doing demo derbies in PUBG and custom games. People love the vehicle combat in PUBG, at least I do. We do this stuff all the time in custom games. So this would be just an awesome event or something included in game for sure. And then also PUBG talked about how they wanted to give players more things to do in the middle of the match while there was some downtime. Right now, PUBG is kind of one of those games where there's ebbs and flows of action. So will we see some kind of part of the game where you could possibly equip some of this equipment onto your vehicle? Say, for example, like adding a harpoon gun to the car. Will that be part of the game? I don't know. I mean, this is getting pretty far down the conspiracy and speculative road, down the speculative death race, but this all could be a possibility. Really, anything is a possibility or on the table. And I don't know if I mentioned this before yet, but PUBG has put in information and leaks into their lore in the past. And I really feel like they wouldn't have been so descriptive here and shown so many pictures if they weren't thinking about adding this kind of stuff into the game. And then another thing here, lastly, that I saw that's pretty interesting. In one of the articles, they have information here about this VHS of the death race that sold for $10 million, like memorabilia. People in the PUBG universe, in this lore, pay a lot of money to watch the death race because it's crazy. People die. It's something that you can't see anywhere else. So it's like exclusive viewers, really rich people will pay to watch the death race. So there's some memorabilia that was sold, and one of the things was a discharged landmine from the race. So will we see landmines added in on top of spike traps? Will there be other kind of things like that in the course that take people out? I could really see stuff like that and the flamethrowers being put into the game potentially. Then we have a steering wheel. There was a license plate, a helmet that looks like a level 1 helmet from one of the racers, an actual image of what PUBG, is thinking of when they say a Gatling gun or a minigun here. And then there is the VHS copy of the first ever Muerto Vamos, the death race from 87. And just to kind of full circle this was actually created in the game by a character whose name is Hector Ochoa. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And he is the creator of the death race, who is still allegedly alive today and part of the bigger PUBG picture with the Russian who started it on Erangel. So this is how it all kind of ties back into the lore and could make for a really exciting launch or relaunch of Miramar. So let me know what you guys think. I think the death race was a really exciting part of the game, or it has potential to be a really exciting part of the game. And I'm really hoping that this will be included in the Miramar Remaster coming soon, trademarked PUBG. So again, let me know what you guys think. Thank you all for watching. Love hearing and speculating this crazy news. And yep, if you want to catch more videos like this, the latest and greatest PUBG/video game news, make sure you guys are subscribed and hit the bell to know when I post the latest video. Thank you all for watching. I'm Blitz5, and peace out.